Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest. We're not disputing that, Cash. It's how does Sonny Liston feel about it? He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me get this right. There we go. What's going on, people? Happy Sunday again. Blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. I appreciate y'all for being in the building. Final stream for the day. For me, I want to mentally prepare myself for the week. So I figured let's do something special here. I got an email from Mr. Garrett himself. I don't know if he's here or not. We got an email with this question that you see in the title, and I want to go over this, and I want to try to bring a different perspective. It might be pretty similar to a lot of other people's, but you know how sensitive YouTube and the dwellers of the social spirit can be. Most people can't take constructive criticism. We get overly sensitive and
a lot of the stuff that we speak on, it always seems to end up being attached to the person that is being offended the most, when it's just an open forum. This does not necessarily have anything to do with one person in particular. It's just that what I'm identifying, it touches the nerves of a lot of folks, because that's your lifestyle. That's how you have been living for the longest time. But before I go down this road, because I'm going to answer this question, I need people to understand something with this. When we get on YouTube, Twitter, we get on live streams, and we have these discussions, I don't know about the rest of the world and the other moderators and folks who do this, but when I get up here, I'm not trying to antagonize, insult anyone. I want to give you my best perspective, my most honest take on what I've observed, what I've experienced, and what I've noticed. Anything that I bring up is because I've seen people holster these characteristics on this side, and they present that exact same detrimental issue into partnerships in business and everything, from your attitude all the way down to what you think is valuable and worth anything. I've seen it, and I continuously see it. So what people don't understand is this isn't like a leprechaun at the end of a rainbow. You know what I'm saying? It's not rare. It's not like a Pokemon that you don't see every day and then you just happen to be stumbling upon it walking in your neighborhood. No, this is common. A lot of this shit that we be up here discussing is common, but it gets confused and it gets blended in like it's a rarity, or because you don't move like this, it doesn't exist. Life ain't like that. It don't work like that. Just because you hold yourself to a certain standard and these issues aren't yours, that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen often. We're going to break this down. I'm going to be very, very methodical with this. Like I said, this is how I want to end the weekend. And honestly, I want to see women do better. I want to see ladies do better. And as far as the brothers out here who are looking for potential, you're looking for a spouse, a companion, a helpmate, this would be particularly of interest to you. Shout out to my poets, my writers, my content creators. Let's jump into it. To answer your question, Mr. Garrett, is there a shortage of good women? The answer is yes. It is absolutely a shortage of good women. And let me tell you why. The reason why I believe this is the case objectively, it's because most human beings, most of the women that I am noticing, their characteristics and the things that they believe in do not line up biblically. We are all in a secular world. All of us struggle with sin, with a variation of identity issues. Some of us struggle more with what our purpose is and what our calling is more than others. And being as how you have that factor, a single post from Instagram or IG or Twitch gives people power. It gives women leverage. It gives them a false sense of importance. A lot of people's identity, a lot of women's femininity and importance comes from the validation of the world. They don't feel confident unless thousands of men are lusting after them, spending their money on them every day, kissing their ass every single day. I look at Twitter. I've been on there on and off all day, and I scroll my timeline. Women with tattoos from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet, their entire body tatted up. A lot of them have demonic inscriptions plastered on their body. A lot of them are damn near naked. Does my hair look pretty? Should I cut it? Do you want to see more? All up and down the timeline. You go to the comment section, it's nothing but men. You ever see a lion stalking its prey before the attack? It looks similar to that. Women's morality and their code of ethic is in a blender. You have children that use these social media platforms. Children, teenagers. And all you see up and down the timeline is ass, titties, OnlyFans promo. And if it's not that, it's the sex bots. It's the TikToks. It's this modern day feministic, sexy red platitude. I don't need a man for this. I don't need this for that. And you fought for freedom. You fought not to be judged by how you look, but your intellect. But every day you allow or you use your privilege to exploit your sexuality. So you fight for freedom. You fight to get equal pay. You don't want to be judged for being a female. You don't want to be judged for being weak. You don't want to be looked at like a harlot. You don't want to be treated like you're underneath the boot of a guy, even though we've completely lost translation here. There's a huge disconnect with that. You want to be equally given the chance to do what men do, but honestly, that's not really what you're asking for. What you're really asking for is to have all of the privileges that you feel men have, and you want to combine them with the numerous privileges that you have, which outweigh what the man has. You just want all of it. So you don't want to dress moderate. Your attitude has dwindled into a speck. Your conversational skills have dwindled tremendously. The plight for empathy is damn near absent. You've been told that you can do no wrong. You've been told for generations. You've been told your entire life that you've been told that your mistakes don't require punishment. You get rewarded for being sexy. You get rewarded for being envious. You get rewarded for being jealous. It's cute. It's enduring. It's endearing. All your life, you've been pampered and treated like kids. And so you grow up the exact same way. And reprogramming the way a person's mind works is difficult, and it's extremely impossible. There's not a human in the world that has the power to change the way that a female or a man thinks. Only God can do that. Only time can do that. Only circumstances can do that. The reason why I don't believe that we have a lot of good women out here anymore is for a number of reasons. The majority of them have adapted to a new way of thinking. A lot of you have adapted to a new way of loving. Your idea of love is different. Your idea of companionship is different. Your idea of gift giving is different. Your idea of empathy and compassion is completely skewed. What you've done and what I've noticed is a lot of our predecessors, a lot of these older women who never got healed or never broke those generational curses, they're responsible. because they didn't have those conversations with you, and they got lazier, and they stopped trying, and they once it got to the point to where they got sick and tired, it was a wrap. Because if great grandma and grandma wasn't going to be the backbone in the household, that gave leeway for the kids and the grandkids to have more opportunity to go out here, explore, and experiment with things that they should have been told to stay away from, but nobody is doing it anymore. You've been lied to. You've been told what you're supposed to be attracted to all your life. Everything that you find attractive, you were told to be attracted to it. You were molded into being attracted to it. You were molded into being spoiled. You were molded into being confused. You were molded into being broken. You were molded into being crucified. You were molded into feeling like everything is supposed to be handed to you. Everything that you are right now, it was shown to you. It was taught to you. Somebody in that household taught that to you. Somebody in your school or in your neighborhood taught that to you. And now you can't seem to get away from it. Yeah, there's a shortage. There's a shortage. And it's a shortage because a lot of y'all women that was in your life failed you. I'm not talking about just family either. I'm talking about principals, counselors, teachers, doctors, authors, politicians, motivational speakers, therapists, psychologists. I'm talking about all of them. The music, even down to the music, all of them failed you. They taught you exactly what they needed to. They taught you how to deal with shitty men. They taught you how to be secular, overly, excessively combative, confusing it with ambition, and being independent. They made you think that being reliant on a guy is codependency. Codependency is completely different than following the lead of someone who loves you and wants to take care of you. Codependency is something completely different. But that term gets mixed in, and it appears like it's associated with the complexities of a unique building block between you and the person, and it's not the case. It's not about control or power. It's about ebb and flow. It's about you doing your part, he doing his part, and you blend it together, your strengths, his strengths. It is more about you having trust in someone who has guaranteed your safety financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, getting all of his tutelage and his answers and his substance from the one who created all of us. But you want a war. You want to fight against that. Because what social media has done is it taught you to look at men as projects, as supplements. You look at us like contracts. You've allowed social media to raise you. That's really what this is about. Social media has raised a lot of the women that we see now. And because of that, it's harder to differentiate between a woman of substance and someone who is at the doorway separating you from hell. Destruction, problems, confusion. Satan is the author of confusion. Anna, what's up? What's up? What's up? Satan is the author of confusion. Social media has raised men and women. Social media has taught you just about everything you know. You have so essentially what you have is you have a mixture of your lifestyle at home, how you were raised up, and you have a mixture of social media, TV, news, magazines, cell phone devices, apps. That is where you got all your information. When I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones. We had pagers. We had Jet magazines. We had those books that came in the mail, and it showed you what was going to come on TV every day. That magazine gave you the week's lineup for everything that was going to come on. You couldn't get on your device and do that. You had that one magazine, and you couldn't keep the magazine. It's not like that one magazine was for a week, and then they send you a new magazine every week with a new lineup, new schedule, all that. That's what we grew up on. Your upbringing really matters. More importantly, if nobody in the home is willing to keep you from being raised by social media, all you're going to know is social media. All your ideas, all your arguing points, all your opinions, all your points of views are going to come from social media. That's a fact. How do you think we got to the point where folks are getting BBLs and getting nose jobs and all that shit? You got the ideas from word of mouth. The only way you were going to get that type of knowledge of what was happening with these life-altering surgeries is through the internet. The internet raised y'all. That's why you think it's all right to be naked every day. Some of y'all 50, 60 years old on the internet twerking and shit. I just saw a video of a grandmother on Twitter twerking. I saw another woman on Twitter twerking, grandmother. Y'all old as hell doing this. And just because you in good shape does not mean you should be on the internet tempting impressionable minds. There are children, I keep saying this, there are children on here. But it's like now is at the point where, and I said this in like 3 posts, y'all don't care. You do know that children are on here too, right? You do know children watch this shit too, right? Like you flashing your breasts, you showing your thighs and your inner parts of right there between the pelvis, and you showing everything up here. And we've made it normal. Dudes have made it normal. And I blame a lot of men, because if you weren't so lustful, they wouldn't have the ammunition or the fuel or the motivation to keep wanting to post this stuff up here. And I'm like, you basically give them permission to be nasty and freaky, and you're basically telling them, okay, go ahead and show this. Show all your body part. Show everything that you got. I'm okay with it. I don't care if there's people getting influenced by this. I don't care if this causes people to go down the wrong direction. I don't care. I want to see what I want to see because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel better. Even though that doesn't make you feel better. It's only temporary. The men created these arrogant, self-serving, confused, misguided, I think I know it all, you can't tell me nothing women. That's who we need to be looking at as well.
Sensational.
Y'all get on the internet every day. You follow and subscribe and like to all of these women. Y'all waited until Bad Baby or whatever the hell her name is. You waited until she was 18 years old.
Damn.
18 years old.
Damn.
She wasn't 30.
Damn.
She wasn't 21.
Damn.
She was just turning 18 years old, and you couldn't wait to jump on board and follow her OnlyFans. Y'all made that woman a millionaire. Y'all made her a millionaire. Y'all was rubbing your hands together like Birdman. Y'all was ready, which means y'all was looking at her before she had even hit 18. You were already staring at her. Already staring at her. Y'all didn't even care that you didn't give a shit about her disrespectful, ridiculous, disproportionate mindset and view of life, and how she was treating her family and how she was acting out in the world, where she could have potentially been killed because of her attitude and her lifestyle. Y'all wasn't thinking about none of that shit. All y'all wanted to see was that little ass girl get naked. That's the bottom line. Y'all was waiting on it. Bunch of old ass, perverted, lonely, broken, unhealed men out here looking at little ass kids preying on them. I understand why women be feeling the way they do about a lot of dudes. It's shit like this. I waited until she hit 18. And I brought her up because she's another example of what I'm talking about. When you ask the question, is there a shortage of good women? Yes, there is. Some of them became a part of the statistic because of the type of dude that they were programmed to be attracted to. SM, what's up? The internet programmed you. Social media programmed you. Our parents and our loved ones got lazy and they stopped monitoring everything that we were doing. They got sick and tired of chasing us around, running around the house, looking in our phones, checking our homework, going to teacher parent conferences, and the more and more parents stopped wanting to participate in the activities of their children, the worser it got. Because if you don't have the structure there to maneuver you, then you're going to find the answers absolutely somewhere else. Y'all don't even know what a good man looks like. You wouldn't know what he looked like if he came dressed down to the very T. You wouldn't know if he was a rich man or a poor man. You don't know the difference between a rich man or a poor man. You think a rich man is someone that is wealthy. Sorry. You think that your value is your vagina. You were raised to believe that your vagina is your everything. That is what the consensus is saying means everything. Let me see something here. What's more rare, physically beautiful women in the world or traditional men that women actually want and desire to have for themselves? That's a dope question, bro. I'm gonna say there's what's more rare is that traditional man. What these women want, they want everything mixed in one. They don't want a guy that is going to talk back to them. They don't want a guy. They want you to be everything in the world but controlling. It's crazy. Like I said, the internet the internet has said that a guy is not successful if he's not wealthy. A guy is not successful if he doesn't have the power or the connections to terminate his employees at the drop of a button. The internet has taught women that being sexually explicit on the internet is godly. That can be worshipped. The internet has proven that if think about it like this, right? What is idolizing? What does worship look like? Everything that these half naked women do on the internet is for praise and worship. The men that get under their comments and post heart eyes and get it, they are the ones that's praising and worshiping them. The internet has taught these women of the modern era that they should be praised and worshiped. Let me go back. I seen a couple comments in here. Let me see. I got that one. Let me see. SM. People don't appreciate a good woman when they find one. They take her for granted and get bored. Been there, done that. You know why that happens? And I've heard this 1,000 times, that men just instinctively want to deal or be with other people. Men who love their spouse, they don't step out. Men can't step out on someone that they care for, but they can step out and not care for the other person, if that makes sense. See, dudes got it twisted too. The internet raised them too. Rap music raised them. The same way that the internet has made a wave to women is done the same thing to us. Carnality. We open Pandora's box. As soon as sex was introduced, let's really break this one down for a second. Once sex was introduced and we opened our legs up, it was over. It was a wrap. That's an entirely different portal that you just walked through. If you imagine never having had intercourse with a single soul in your life, and the only thing that you had to rely on to figure out if this person was a piece of shit or not was conversation. Imagine if that's all you had to base your criteria of. You wouldn't have the same feeling towards of men. This wouldn't even be a comment. You know why? Because you never got physically attached. You would have had to rely on the personality. You would have figured it out then. As soon as you open your body up to a person and you exchange those chemicals and you exchange that spiritual part, you introduce new things into your own vessel. It screws up your mental. It screws up how you perceive love and life and what you attach affection to. Sex equals love, sex equals affection, and it really doesn't. You start thinking that sex is the only factor to keeping someone in the house. Oh, I know I'm good in bed. They ain't going nowhere. That it don't work that way. As soon as the physical intimacy was introduced, we were screwed because men need we have, like, if you don't have discipline, if that's all that's on your mind, you don't have a purpose, you don't have no trajectory. Where are you going as a adult man, as a young boy that is getting his feet into the world, getting introduced to politics, to careers, to ideas and concepts and different things that's happening around you, meeting people and figuring out if you're good at sports or this, that, and third? Why is your only focus or attention on a female or vaginas, or as a female? Why are you solely tied into trying to figure out what type of guy you like, or this, that, the third? Between our families not doing everything within their power to give us what we are supposed to have, to be able to not be so thirsty and horny and all this other shit. The internet raised us. The internet absolutely raised a lot of us. Being a traditional woman, I see there are less traditional men, more women looking for men nowadays. All women I speak to say the same. Interesting. You know what's funny about that, Anna? Because in the same breath that you say that, I could easily just say most of the women that I am around, they could care less. They say screw men, or I need to heal, or I need time to figure myself out, or they're probably in situationships. I think it's a combination. I wish more of these souls that you speak about voice their opinions more. And either it's one or two things. I tell you right now, what I see does not make me want to be traditional from my observation. I don't know about anybody else. What I see on the internet does not make me want to be traditional. What I see on the internet does not make me want to be faithful or loyal to a single soul. I just finished watching a video. Milwaukee has crept up on the list on that HIV thing. People out here sharing men because they would rather share that specific archetype of man to giving their self to a regular average dude who might not have the same type of charisma or whatever. A lot of dudes are looking at a lot of these women get online shaking their maybe it just seems like I'm exaggerating. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try. I would pull this up on my Twitter. I don't think I. Matter of fact, that's about. I'm about to. Let me see if I can do that real quick. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close out one of my screens, and then I'm gonna pull up my Twitter. I want you to see what I'm talking about, because this shit. I can understand why you would feel the way you feel. There are a lot of dudes out here that ain't really worth a damn. They weren't raised right. We lie to each other way too much. All of us. It's not just women lying to women. Men lie to men too. We use the internet to make money. That's the goal for the internet, to make money and to be seen and to feel important. We don't give a shit about nobody's life. We don't care about your livelihood. We don't care if you spiritually sick. We don't care if you're mentally, emotionally going through anything. We don't care about none of that. We here to make money, nigga. Is you tripping? But I get on Twitter, and as soon as I get on Twitter, SM, if he ever, yeah, matter of fact, real story. Oh, why, I don't know why that happens. Let me see something. Real story though. When I first had my original YouTube account, this is the second channel. I had another one before this. He found that one. He found it because I was advertising it on Air G. So he made his way over to that account, and he did what he did over there, which was troll. And I had him banned and blocked. That was one of the reasons why I didn't fuck around with showing all my personal business in my life on here, because of weird ass people like that. I want to show this. Let me see if I can bring this shit up though. I want you to see what I'm like, and I know it's on both sides. Hold on. I don't. I'll put it this way. There's still good men and good women. The good men have decided that it's not worth being good anymore because they seeing too much foul shit. They seeing too much dirt. People being trifling. They seeing too many people getting betrayed, and this, that, and the third. When your internet browser is filled with nothing but smut it's hard to really make a case for someone's wanting to settle for this type of stuff. Like, if all I see, it's you know, the internet has a power or a hold over you when, like, you see so much nudity online. When you go out into the world, you look at everybody that you see and you start to think, damn, do they move like this? Do they are they nasty like this too? That's how bad this shit is. That's exactly how bad this shit is. It's almost like this shit is normal for people to be naked. Folks you be thinking is innocent and sweet be online naked 100%. I'm trying. Let me see. All right. This is the one I wanted right here. Let me see if I can go over there. This might not be the joint. I'm gonna pull this shit up on my screen real quick. Stop the camera. Let me bring this up here. Bada bing, bada boom. This ain't free promo, so I'm not sitting up here. If you're not paying me for nothing, I'm not. But I want you to see exactly what I'm looking at, so you know, I'm not tripping. All right, let's start here. This is a pretty reasonable picture. There's nothing really bad about that. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing wrong with this. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't really trigger me at all. If you're going to use the internet, be modest. You're a woman. You're an adult. You're grown. Represent yourself in a way that you will want people to represent you. If they were away from you, I don't see anything wrong with that one. Hold on. Let's continue to scroll. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to all of my peoples on X right now. I'm just going down my timeline. This is my other page. That's a decent one. There's nothing wrong with that one. I ain't mad at you. I know what I'm looking for. I'm trying to make sure that it's not going to get me kicked off of YouTube, but I also want you to see the comments and shit too. How they be underneath these posts. You thirsty ass dudes, man. Y'all be making this shit so much more than what it should be, man. Hold on. Damn, that ain't the one. They hiding. They hiding. Hold up. Yeah, nah. All right, here we go. Right here. Right there. You see that? Do you see that? Now, tell me that as a man, Anna or Strav, tell me as a man who has worked all his life to build something, to establish something, to beat the odds, to beat the challenges and the roadblocks. You tell me that right there is someone that a man is going to want to take serious. Deleting in 10 hours, but whoever likes and says hi, I will send a nude in the DM.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is online. This is like, you can't make this up. So what I'm saying is, like, I understand where Anna is coming from, but you gotta see it from our perspective too. This is the shit that we see on a daily basis. You you think I'm gonna be all right with this? You think I'm gonna take that serious? But then this will be the same type of female that say she's looking for a good dude. But this does not give me no incentive and to want to take you serious at all. Now, let's go to the simps under her picture. Let's just go a little further with this one, because these are the same dudes that basically tell her it's okay, it's all right to be how you are, showing your cheeks off to the entire community all around you. Even though, if I was working with a brand and you were attached to my last name and they saw this, I would lose out on money, because I can't represent someone who has a woman who is representing herself like this in the public. They're not they're gonna lose money. They're gonna look at that shit like, no, we're not gonna do that. See, I was trying to get to the comment. Let me see if I can get to that comment section. All right, here it is. Here it is. Wait a minute. Is this it? Robert Boyle. Yeah, we're gonna call y'all out. We're gonna call y'all out.
Fuck you.
We're gonna call you out. Robert Boyle, hi. 2 hours ago. Marcus, hey. John, hi. Lenny, hi. Jake, hi. 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 You see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? I'm not even going to scroll any further, because this one right here, that video, no, you're not about to get me in trouble. I'm gonna leave there, but you see what I'm talking about. It's men like that that gave a lot of these. I want you to understand, and I'm not talking about the women that you're referring to. I'm talking about the women that the men are seeing. This ain't got nothing to do with who you're referring to. I'm talking about the ones that we are noticing. That's right there. And the dudes that are behind the comments creating the monster, they're responsible for this shit. They're absolutely responsible for that. Sorry. Men cheat on good women with girls like that. Exactly. Exactly. SM, they do. They do. But see, here's the thing. Um, Men don't cheat on someone that they love. I don't care what nobody say. If a man actually loves his wife and a woman actually loves her husband, they're not stepping out of the marriage for nobody. The people who step out of their relationships don't love you. They just thought they did, or the idea of it gave them the impression that they did, but they don't love you. Let's go ahead and kill the narrative with that. People who actually care about you do not step out. It's impossible. That, and you don't have respect for the person either. I don't even think I need to go to an entirely different another. I'm trying to find one more, but this is Twitter that I'm on. It's on IG too, but I just want to say this whole, it's rare, or is it a shortage? It's a shortage on both ends. The good guys that are out here, no one wants them because they don't look a certain way, or they don't make that type of money, or to them they're pushovers. Oh, here we found another one. We found another one.
Cut it out.
There's two of them this time. Yeah. Left or right? Pick a side. Pick a side. This is what we see on a daily basis. And if it ain't that, it's your attitude. It's your attitude. It's how you talk. It's how you communicate with the person that you're supposed to have respect for, but you don't show respect through disrespect, talking over them, this, that. There's certain protocols and practices that come within a healthy relationship that a lot of us do not fall under anymore. It's disturbing what y'all get on the algorithm. Just it's either the internet is lying to us, and there's two different worlds. When I go out in the real world, I'm not seeing women like this. I mean, as explicit and open. But after getting on and off the internet and taking a double look, I'm 40 plus. I don't put nothing past a single female. As far as I'm concerned, you could be that woman right there. You just dress conservative because you have to be professional on the job. But as soon as you clock out and you go home, that is you right up there in that picture. Glasses and all. And don't even get me started on those TikToks. Oh, them TikToks. Men ain't this, men ain't that, men ain't this, men ain't that. I might as well just go on and pull that shit up too. While I'm over here. Why not? Just to play one so y'all can hear for yourself. See, the women, the circle that SM and Anna is around is not the same circle as this right here. What we're seeing is different than what you're seeing, which is understandable. I can see why y'all make the argument in the case that you make, because you're not necessarily seeing this on a consistent basis. We have a side of the internet where us as men, we go out our way to specifically point out the ones that we need to avoid. We're trying to warn these idiots that be under the comment section. Hi. We're trying to warn them of what this is, so we can kind of stop some of this goofy shit from happening. It's never a personal dig at anyone, but for whatever reason, folks get offended by this stuff because they think that it has something to do with them. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, then you shouldn't be bothered by it. I'm gonna let me see something here. Let me see. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. I'm gonna pull this one up real quick. I might just play the audio. I think I'm just gonna play the audio instead of sharing it so you can hear it. Let me see. Y'all can hear if y'all can hear me, you'll hear this audio playing then too. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Oh, that's funny as hell. Hold up, man. They on some other shit. I type in one thing and they come up with something completely different. Hold up. All right. Let me see. Where do I want to go with this? Where do I want to go with this? Hold on. Hold up. I'm trying to find the right. Hold on. I'll be trying to. Can I play that without them? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to play nobody music and they be on some other shit. Hold on. Hold on. They playing. I'm gonna play this one and then I'm gonna go to a follow-up. Did y'all hear that? I hope you heard that. I wanted you to hear that from a woman's mouth, and not just me saying it. Like I'm just sitting up here making it up. I'm not exaggerating. What we see is different than what y'all seeing. But the problem is a lot of this is because no one is holding the next person accountable. For real, it's just like, well, it ain't my business. It ain't my body. I ain't got nothing to do with them acting like that on social media. I have nothing to do with them being how they are. If they want to sleep with multiple men, let them do it. If they want to be out here thoughting it up, let them do it. If they want to be out here doing this, doing that, let them do it. If they want to make bad decisions, let them do it. Nobody wants to step up and say, no, no, honey. These are not the type of men that you're supposed to be looking at. Nobody is sitting up here saying no. The dudes don't care. If that's how you want to present yourself, go ahead. Be my guest. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go ahead and do me and get mine, and then I'm gonna treat you according to how you treat yourself. You get what you put out. And for all the good dudes that y'all overlook and y'all don't see no worth or value in, we sit back and we see how y'all get dogged out, and we see y'all complain, and we see y'all dismiss us, and you see us just completely walk over us and go on about your business. We looking at it like, all right, well, I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm seeing I thought I was a problem. I thought, shit, maybe it's better that I don't waste my time here after all. You're toxic. You're unhealed. And you have some things going on with you personally that I just realized that I don't mesh with. It's probably a good idea that you dismiss me. Thank you. Thank you for not wanting to be bothered with me. Thank you for not wanting to give me your time. Thank you for overlooking me. Now I can go ahead and focus on my purpose and my goal and make money. And then whoever God decides to put into my life, I know that if he brings them to me, they're going to appreciate the type of guy that I am, and I can do the same in return. See, men and women I don't want to waste my time where it's not going to be valued. No. And it's been way too many times where I've been in spaces where I've given and given and given to women who didn't give a shit about me. They only used me for time and attention while they put all of their effort and all of their energy into people that y'all thought were superior to me. Because to society, what I bring isn't enough. But what they bring is everything that you could ever ask for. And then when you shoot yourself in the foot, you want to spin the block and blame the entire human race of men for your choice in the individuals that you decide to lay with. Is there a shortage of good women? Yes, there are. And the reason is because they've been damaged and broken by the dudes that they were programmed to like.
I wouldn't count on it.
What are we doing? Either you were manipulated into thinking that the type of man is not God-fearing, is in the street, sells drugs, gets. You think that a guy who gets a lot of women is attractive because he can get a lot of women, but a guy who can get a lot of women does not necessarily mean that he's a decent human being. It just means that he's attractive, but being attractive does not mean that he's going to be a decent human being. It doesn't at all. Attraction and chemistry are different. The elements that require a healthy relationship is completely different than sex. You can be the most attractive woman on the face of the planet, and the minute that you start talking, I don't want nothing else to do with you. Shut up. Get out my face. Don't talk to me. I don't want to be around you because your spirit is ugly. And if your spirit is ugly, that means that shit is going to rub off on me. And I can't afford to have that around me when I'm trying to be productive and I'm trying to do something that is positive. That's what they don't understand. Y'all never have you never have a problem getting a dude. No female has a problem getting a dude. Not a single one. Fat women can get a dude. Women who can't even get out the bed because they so big can get a dude. But can you keep them? Do you know what it takes to keep them? We did a live stream last week or the week before that about how come marriages or the parties involved in the marriages, they fizzle out. Why do people get lazy and lackadaisical within the foundation of the house? Why do women stop trying once they get married? Why do partners get lazy and stop trying once they say I do? Why does that happen? Everything was sweet at the beginning until you get to that portion where it's not the honeymoon phase anymore and you have a routine. Nothing is random as much as it used to be. Things are more planned. Now you're getting this stale face. Damn, what's going on? Like the sex doesn't happen as often as it used to. You're not being romantic anymore. Your man ain't getting back rubs no more. Y'all stop really doing certain things as time, and I'm like, all right. So again, another thing that we gotta ask ourselves too is why. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother one. First of all, it takes more than sex to make a marriage. So for anybody who watching this and you think that sex is the only thing that's going to keep you there, it's not. You got to like the person. You really got to like your partner, like them and love them. Like and love are completely different too. When you like a person, how can I explain this? When you like a person, to me, you tolerate more. liking is like it's how can I explain it? There's there's things about them that other people can't stand or hate, but you find quirky and endearing, and maybe it's cute to you or whatever. While other people, that's like a repellent to them. But you have to actually like them. Because there's going to be a lot of days where neither one of you are going to be in the mood to be touched. And you still have to wake up next to them and like them. Like, I can be mad at you and pissed off at something, and I'm still gonna like you. It's like when you lucky I like your ass. Like, you get on my fucking nerves, but you lucky I like you. You know what I'm saying? Because if I ain't like you, oh shit. Like, it's a combination of different things, man. That's why I said sex ruined us. Sex screwed us all up. As soon as we got introduced to it, that shit has to be a factor. That shit has to be a factor in every conversation and every discussion on social media. What's a healthy relationship? What does it look like? Well, we got to have sex. They got to be good in bed. They got to this. If we didn't have that on the table, if that wasn't there, a lot of people would be screwed because y'all don't know how to have a relationship without the physical part of it. This part right here. Hold on, let me see something. I'm gonna go back and highlight some of these. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. People be telling me they love me and all that shit all the time. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I know they full of shit. I know people don't really mean it for real. How I know? Because there's been situations that I was in and you showed me in the moments that mattered the most what it really was. People will really be full of shit out here, for real. And that's one of the X aspects to this question, and contributes to why you see such a shortage on both ends. Women have been ruined by men who weren't worth being invested in. Good men aren't investing in women who are damaged and have been broken by the men that they thought were the prototype of perfection. Social media orchestrated all this, politics orchestrated all of this, lack of spirituality being withdrawn from what matters is a part of why a lot of this is happening. People are talking about I would be a cat lady before I get involved. No, the fuck, you don't want to be lonely for the rest of your life. Vivica A. Fox, you lying like shit. Lisa Ray, you lying like shit. A lot of these rich ass females and these hood chicks and these women that be getting on social media talking about this, that, and the third. The reason why you in the space you are in, because the internet raised you. People raised you. The wrong people raised you. Your psychology is all fucked up. You don't understand, and you don't see the bigger picture of any of this. At SM, I'm sorry. I I gotta call cap on this one right here. I know women. I know women who wouldn't give me the shirt off their back, even though I have given the shirt off my back for them. And that same archetype of woman would tell me they can't put my fire out, but they would go to the next person and put their fire out. I've known women who would go miles and miles and miles out of their way, ready to conform to another dude's lifestyle and all that shit. But when it came to me, I ain't a friend. I'm not this. I'm not that. I ain't this. I ain't that. I've seen it. Women pick and choose who the fuck they want to give their time and attention and affection to. Women pick and choose who they want to be loyal to, who they want to put their trust in, who they want to put their all into. Women pick and choose who they want to invest in. They do it through taking weeks to respond to text messages. They do it through lying about who they on the phone with, lying who's on the other line. They do it through getting silent on the phone with you because they're texting other people. Why they show you in so many ways that they don't fuck with you like that. But then when it comes down to them pouring out to you, they know how to tell you about the other person's date of birth, their blood type, their first and last name, their middle name. They know everything about the dude that they really fucking with. They tell you about their family. They tell you about the shit that's going on in their family life. They tell you about their birthday parties. They tell you about the shit that they did. They will tell you in so many ways that they fuck with you or don't, and how they really see you and how they view you for real. So as far as them not knowing, women know how to show that shit. They turn it on and off when they want. They just think dudes are dumb. A lot, and to be fair, a lot of dudes are dumb. And that's a whole fact, bro. That's a whole fact. And I'm not. Look, men ain't shit either. SM. There's a lot of men that ain't shit either. I said that shit. They need counseling. They need God. They need a lot of men don't have the fundamentals to properly love anybody either. And we're not going to get anywhere if we don't hold each other accountable. But what I noticed is women don't hold women accountable enough. Men get on men more about their stuff than women get on women about their shit. That's the problem. Hey, we're not going to agree on everything. Everybody's experiences is different. Everybody don't go through the same thing or see the same thing. So what you might see might be completely different. But I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, most dudes are going to agree with what I'm saying, SM. I don't even know if you're referring to me. You say OP. I don't know if you're talking to me when you say OP, or but most dudes are going to agree. It's weird that this portion right here is it's so dangerous. That's why I was confused. I don't know who OP is unless you, and that's like a slang for something else. But yeah, this isn't a personal attack. So if this ain't specifically towards you, this is more of a general statement. Oh, all right, I got you. Who wants feeling stimulated, men or women? Women absolutely 1000% need their feelings on like this roller coaster, like this up and down. You can't a dude. All right, hold on, let me scratch this. Mature men and women don't move like this. Mature men and women know how to cohabitate in the household. Men and women outside of that window, they don't understand this. But your feelings are constantly up and down. So if someone who is not at that space in life, they're going to think that having a routine is boring. They're going to think that a dude who just goes to work, come home, and every so often he goes and like, we are basic, we are simple. We don't mind traveling, we don't mind having a good time, but we like to be at peace. We like to relax. We like to enjoy our space, our family. We don't need to poster our entire life on a billboard for everybody to see it. Women need to be scared. They need to be angry. They need to be happy. They need to be mad. They need to be confused. They need to feel threatened. They need to feel like you can leave them at any. Those are the ones that are fucking it up for the ones that Anna are talking about. With our respect, we just did a show on that. Y'all be sleeping. Shout out to Sydney. We just did a show on that, and Jason. You can't love a person if you don't respect the person. Impossible. There's no way. And anybody who says that you can, they're probably controlling and manipulating you, gaslighting you. Nobody wants the Bible. Nobody wants to follow that. The Bible forces people to look at themselves, look at their ugliness, look at all of their dark stuff, look at all of the shit that they hide that nobody else. It forces people to see who they really are. That's why y'all run away from it. That's why a lot of people run away from it. They don't want to deal with that. But you can't hide from it forever. Let me go ahead and put this up. That's a bar. That's a bar. If my house is peaceful It's not worth sacrificing that peace just for any woman. They're chaotic in general. If she can facilitate that peace, that's a keeper. Eh, don't get triggered, SM. It's it's okay, man. I know a lot of. I told you, a lot of men ain't shit. I know. I get a lot of slack for coming at women. A lot of people have been pissed off at me for that, but y'all not doing it. Y'all ain't doing it. I see a few more faces popping up on YouTube. There's like River TV, uh Mika. There's a few women on YouTube now that's out here holding these chicks accountable, but you still need more. And I'm right there with you, bro. I'd rather have my peace. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather be by myself for the rest of my life. Shit. I would rather that tend to it's what is it? It's better to be in the corner of the roof of a house than to be in the space of a quarrelsome. Oh fuck no. Proverbs. I know that's Proverbs. I don't remember what verse, but I know that's Proverbs. Hell no. Hell no. And by contentious, and it doesn't just mean that they're loud, and it's not just that, it's the other stuff that comes with it. The lying, the cheating, the being sneaky, being manipulative, gaslighting, using ad hominems and word salad, arguing, always constantly contentious, and this it's so much to that. I'm good. I would prefer just to do what I'm doing until otherwise, and or whatever. Exactly. Yep. She said it. She said it. That one right there. Let y'all see that real quick. This right here, Anna, this is one of the issues. See, this isn't about anything secular for me personally. When I talk about this, it has nothing to do with your physical attributes or personal feelings or me being attached to this directly. This is more about this. You can't get on the internet, bash men, be deceptive, be trifling, be ratchet, and then in another video be submissive, be passionate, be empathetic. You can't be this one day and then be this the other day, and then think that someone's going to look at you like, come on. It ain't no different than when I see a dude get on the internet, they waving guns around and all they know how to do is smoke weed, this, that. I turn that shit off. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to see violence. I'm sick and tired of seeing violence and seeing like the ignorant shit. And it's supposed to be entertaining. I'm tired of seeing that. That shit is corny to me. Y'all don't have nothing else to offer but drugs, sex, money, and wanting to penis measure with other dudes constantly up here trying to compete with other guys about who's the more superior, this, that, and the third. The brotherhood is shit. The brotherhood is shot, is gone. Content creators up here lying to these dudes and not telling them the real, they copy pasting other people's ideas, using it as their own blueprint when you don't have the right to be. Come on, man.
Sensational.
Exactly. That's another one too, right there. That's another one right there, SM. That's a fact. That's a fact. This shit. It go both ways. But see, let me ask y'all a question, right? Do you think that you would be as wise as you are without the experience? Or would you keep the experience and the wisdom that came with the experience? Would you have rather would you go through this all over again to get the knowledge that you have now? Or would you rather have just not had sex with anybody and then figured it out an entirely different way? But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you were here when I broke that part down, bro. A lot of people were raised on the internet. A lot of people were raised on the internet. The internet taught you what you were supposed to like. The internet taught you what you were supposed to like. They taught you what was valuable and what wasn't. The internet taught you who you were supposed to compete with. The internet taught you that you wasn't supposed to be submissive. The internet taught you that it's okay to be sexy online. The internet taught you that it was okay to sell your body on everywhere here. It's okay to showcase all of your goods to the general public, even though you know there's children watching. The internet has given people this. All right, I gotta say it. Let me find my spot. The internet has told men and women that they are God.
Bazinga!
The internet has told people that they're God. What does that mean? It means that you have the power to wield your desires in a way that allows the world to look at you as if you are some type of deity. Is absolutely pathetic. The internet has given people this space to where, because you feel like you can reach hundreds and thousands of people, that you have like some power. It makes people feel like they're omnipotent, omnipresent. Everyone can go to different countries. All you got to do is turn on your camera. You're in Africa. All you got to do is turn on your camera. You're in London. All you got to do is turn on your camera. You're in Florida. All you got to do is turn on your camera. Anybody and everybody has full access to who you are. And you can be whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You can show whatever you want. You can be whatever you want up here And because the world has access to you from different parts of the world, it gives you a false sense of power. You feel like you are powerful. It feels like you're invincible. The internet has screwed people up, man. All you add all of this up. Like Anna just said, that there's no reason why it should be a shocker that kids are having kids. You should not be surprised one bit. Until we start saying to ourselves, a lot of this is my fault. A lot of this has something to do with me. I need to fix what's going on with me. Until we start trying to fix what's going on with us, we can't stop what's going on anywhere else. Stop liking these people's videos. Stop reposting their videos. Stop commenting on their shit. Stop telling them that this shit is okay when you know it isn't. Stop holding these women's hands when they fuck up. Stop holding these dudes' hands when they fuck up. When it all boils down to it, accountability. Oh, this ain't no Beyonce concert. Trust me. Beyonce ain't running nothing. And don't even get me started on her and them, because hey Garrett, if people couldn't physically, I wonder what people's body counts would be if masturbation was a contribution to that count. Because yeah. Now, what I was saying, SM, I wasn't really doing like a this that. What I was talking about was she's a liar. Beyonce is a liar. She can sing. Beyonce is decent. She ain't the greatest singer, but she can sing. But she's a liar. Everything that she talks about, she does not live that life. I can't stand folks who be up here telling. You remember when I just said the internet gives people this godhead. They think that they're some. No, it just gives you the power to control and swindle people into thinking that this is what this is, and it's really not. That's all. Exactly to both of these. Exactly to both of these. The real talk. Everybody feel like they something that they're not. And when you got millions and millions of people, when you got millions and millions of people saying through numbers and statistics that something that you are doing is working, why wouldn't people run with that? If 1 million people subscribe to your channel, subscribe to your Twitter, and they're arguing and they praising and worshiping you in all of your posts and all of your videos, wouldn't you get a inflated sense of ego?
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Appreciate the reminder. Much obliged. This is all it's about. That's all it's about. Take away a person's ability to reach an audience. They ain't got nothing. I made a post on X. I said, if it wasn't for the smaller channels, none of y'all would be what y'all are today. And that's a fact. These women who don't know what love look like, that are broken and confused, these men who are broken and confused, if this wasn't here and it didn't exist, they would still have negative influences, but it wouldn't be as consistent and reparable as this is. This is the most reliable source if you're looking to control persons. If you're really trying to make a movement, or you're trying to take a stand against something, or you believe in something, or you're trying to promote something, or weave in something nefarious, the internet is the best place to complete your objective. All you need is a microphone, a nice personality. You got to know your audience. You got to be consistent. You got to stay in the presence of the audience, and eventually folks will notice, and they will see and believe, and they will hive mind this entire thing. Shout out to the chat though. Hold up. Shout out to the chat, man. I'm trying to follow along. I see Garrett and SM kind of having some exchanges. I don't know all of it, but it's just healthy discord. That's all. I'm trying to learn and grow, just like the rest of y'all. I don't have no desire. I don't have no passion to destroy anyone. I'm not sitting up here trying to tear down nobody. But if we really had to be honest about what's going on, men aren't men. Men don't have the right men to tell them what's happening and what's going on. And it's so much. It's just way too much. I need to go spend a block on some of my older live streams. A lot of this shit is going to age extremely well. A lot of this. It's a lot. It's a lot of I told you so. A lot of you should have peeped game, man. You should have really listened to what I was talking about. It would make sense to you. I'm grateful. I'm very humble and glad that I was given a platform to do things my way and no one else's. Who said, hold on, wait a minute. Let me, because y'all, I got to go up a little bit. Can I do that? All right, here it is. I'm going to go up and highlight some of these. All right. Starting from here. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I wish I could have got married young. I do. I really do. I wasn't thinking that way though. It's built, structure, operating. I'm not even about to go against that one. We build these infrastructures so that our families could be safe, so that we could build communities and homes and all variations of life to protect. And there's no debate there. I don't know why. I don't know why good dudes, the ones that work hard, that actually build these homes and these sewage systems, and I don't know why they get overlooked and dismissed. I do know why, but I don't know if people are going to wake up to this shit. That's the scary part. Eve was made for Adam. Yeah. She was supposed to be the helpmate. The helpmate. Not she wasn't supposed to. She was supposed to help him, not go off and try to genetically and biologically procreate by herself and do all. It wasn't, no. That I guess this is where this came from. Hold up. Yeah, man. Do me that solid. Do me that solid. So YouTube will stop playing with me. YouTube, y'all been messing around with me for the last 2 years. Y'all need to give me mine. I want all my coins. All my coins. All my thumbs up. All that. Run it up. Y'all been letting too much senseless shit circulate in the algorithm way too long. Run me mines. We have to fight for what y'all are given. Even still seen as less than. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Cut it out.
What are y'all fighting for? What are y'all fighting for, Anna? Did you know that OnlyFans models make up to $500 to $1 million damn near a month? There's some that make $1 million a month. There's some that make $300,000 a month. What are you working? What are you fighting for? All them women, all they got to do is show up butt ass naked, and they're set for life. They don't never have to work again. What are y'all fighting for? Y'all don't get prison sentences like we do. The crime rate is subjectively based around men getting killed and unalived way more. Men unalive themselves way more. We work the harder jobs. How do y'all have it harder? What are y'all fighting for? Y'all make money off of feet pictures. Y'all make money off of spending other people's money. You got the easiest fucking life there is. In my opinion, though. Y'all ain't fighting to work. You're not fighting to work on an oil rig. Stop it. Just stop it. You're not fighting to work in the sewer. You're not fighting to climb a 2,000 story tower to change a power strip or something. You're not doing that. You're not volunteering for that shit. You're not picketing for that. Hold up. Garrett, yes, she was, but Adam blamed Eve, saying this woman gave me. So a lot of men continue blaming. Anna, that dude was. Yeah. Men and women ain't shit, man. I mean, what you want me to say? Men, what Adam did is essentially what these idiots are doing for these OF models and these chicks on social media. It's the same thing. Dude's going. One dude I just watched on YouTube. He shot his girlfriend and her family because she didn't want to marry him. Dudes be crashing out over women. Women are men's greatest weaknesses. I mean, that's pretty obvious. And all of this that's happening is because we are out of order. None of us are operating in the areas that we are supposed to be operating in. Bottom line, not all of us, but a large majority of us. Now I know why you said this. I just needed context. All right. Exactly. Even him. Oh, I'm not even about to. I couldn't. I'm not even going to sit up here and try to. We both just have made horrible decisions, men and women. We both need to do better. At the end of the day, I was really just trying to give a thorough answer to this question. And shout out to Garrett for asking me this when he sent me that. And I wanted to be as transparent as possible on both fronts on why we are where we are. Let's see. Adam, as a leader, should have remembered God's instruction. That's why God said, since you listen to her. Women are our greatest weaknesses. They are. Above anything else, that is our greatest weakness. That's why we'll never get ahead. That's why we'll never get out those basements. That's why we'll never make money. That's why we'll always disrespect and go against God's word. That's why we'll always be out here doing everything to please them. And that's why people buy cars and buy fancy clothes and this. Everything revolves around God. That is exactly what Adam did with Eve is exactly why we have a shortage of good women and good men in 2025. We gave in to her, the woman. The woman felt more powerful from the validation that she got by. Put it this way: if a man is going to go against God for a woman, why wouldn't that woman feel like she is more important? If you're willing to disrespect God for a female, when God he owns all of us. If you're willing to go against him for a female, you are absolutely cooked. That's how we develop all of these messed up characteristics and horrible personalities. It's sad. Hold up. I just seen someone pop up in here. Salutes to Eduardo. I appreciate you for pulling in, fam. I hope and pray at some point. This is how I feel about it. Anyone who believes in any of this here, whether or not you're watching now or you're watching on playback, moving forward, this is the attitude we need to have. This is the mindset we need to have, the perception we need to have about why things are the way that they are and how can we fix it and correct it. There are things that we can do to make some type of changes with this, but it's got to start with us, me. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to miss nobody. Let me spin back here. I just happened to see bro pull up in here. I wanted to make sure he knew that I saw him. I don't try to ignore anyone. Boom. Let's see, boom. At the end of the day, it's up to us to take. Yep. That's a fact. That's a fact. Say we'll do our best to attribute good. I'm trying. It might not be much, but I'm trying. Going down. And I appreciate that, SM. I do see you a lot of the times. I appreciate it. You know, we do touch on some good stuff. You know what I mean? Husband's purpose. Yeah. You feet pictures though. Of all the kinks in the world, feet pictures. Yeah, bro. But you know, for whatever reason, they make it look like it's a bad thing to be behind, or they want you to. I don't know. That shit is weird to me, man. There's nothing wrong with following your husband. If you're dating to be dating, then you're doing it wrong and backwards. I know. I'm trying. I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to catch up to everybody. I think I got almost all of them. Oh, that's funny as hell.
My nigga.
So you don't have to jump in front of a bullet. Come on. I know, you know, I can't remember where. I don't know if that's Matthew, but it says there's no greater love than a man that lays down his life for his brother or something like that. That is love though. I ain't gonna hold it. And I've thought about that before. Like if I was ever in a situation where I'm out in the public and it's not necessarily family, but it's just somebody who is in a life-threatening situation, would I step in to try to save them, or would I turn my head? I would probably feel like shit if I walked away and I didn't try. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You don't know until you're actually in that space, though. Hold on, let's see. Paul is sounding more relatable every day. I do what I shouldn't do, and I don't. That's a yeah, bro. Yeah, I can't even hold you, man. I try, man, but I still be slipping up, bro. To modern women, submission is a dirty word. You know what's funny about that, Garrett? We did a show on this too. I think there's at least 3 topics that y'all had an exchange of words with in this entire comment section that we've already covered on prior shows. Facts. Just about at least 3 different subjects that was brought up. We've already spoken on. But that's how you know that it ain't just me that is thinking this way. You know what I'm saying? That's why it really never bothered me much when a lot of people wasn't relating to what we were talking about or what I was saying, because I know I ain't the only one out here in the world that sees this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, bro. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know. Yep. All right, John. All right, I thought it was Matthew for some reason. You right. Appreciate that. You on point. I ain't mad at that. That's why you are a moderator. That's exactly why you are a moderator. You tend to be like on point with that. Let me make sure I put that up there real quick. Women don't ask for a leader if you're not a follower. Uh-huh. Hold up. Where we want to go with this one? Right on. Let me see. It just doesn't seem like partnership is worth it. And this is how it needs to go. These are my closing remarks. This is how it should go. God, man, woman, children. Your purpose, and then everything else follows. Without your purpose, nothing else aligns properly. If nothing else aligns properly, partnership and all the other stuff that you seek out will never work out. There has to be order. There has to be order. It has to be ordered. The only way you're going to make it to marriage is if you're carrying yourself like a husband and like a wife. In order for you to carry yourself like a husband and carry yourself like a wife, you have to have the intangibles that create that pillar. Matter of fact, did a live on that one too. I did one on that one too. There are I can, and I remember it so clear now. I'm gonna close out with this. If y'all have anything that y'all, matter of fact, any topics, anything that you want to see me discuss, email me, DM me, leave it. I'll bring it to the table for discussion this week coming up or over the weekend. I want to say this though, to go back to what SM was saying and what Gary was saying about partnership and this, that, and third. Look, so you have how do you build a house? You build a house with concrete, with electrical wiring, with metal, with gas, with heat, with windows, with wood, with you have all of these different things that you have to bring together to create that home. You can't have one thing missing from this house that you're building, otherwise it's going to collapse all around you. It might stay up for a certain amount of time, but eventually it's going to give away because everything that is meant to be there in its design is not there. It's the same thing with the protocol of marriage and relationships. There are things that have to be there in order for that foundation to be built properly. If you have everything but two things, it's not going to work. If you're missing certain pieces, it's not going to work. So you better off just being by yourself. If you can't offer it, if you don't know what it is that is required of you from them, and vice versa, leave people alone. Just leave people alone until you figure out what the hell is necessary and what is needed. And that's why I just said what I said. This is why I said what I just said. This is why we are where we are. You know how much work goes in to getting to know somebody? Do you know how much work goes in, how much time goes into figuring out their favorite colors and their darkest secrets and what fears they have? Do you know what you got to do to calm down somebody with anxiety? Do you know what they're allergic to? Their favorite season? Do you know what it feels like to console someone who lost a family member and be present for them in a way where it doesn't diminish them as a human being? I wouldn't say it's a shortage. I'd say some women go with the majority when it comes to the guys they date or want to be in a. Yeah, bro. I said this earlier in the show, but I don't think I was very specific. Matter of fact, I didn't even go there at all. I kind of did, but I didn't go all the way there. You have a majority of women who, like, if I did this, right? Let me see. I pull out this notepad, and I was to draw on it the perfect archetype. So let's say this is the perfect man right here. And then on the inside of his torso, I wrote everything down that women expected him to have. However, in reality, nobody is perfect. So because you're greedy and you want what you want, you will force yourself to assume that this person right here has everything that you thought he did, or you bend your morals for that person, versus you have the other person on the other side who is more likely to be able to tend to you the way that God knows you. That's what men and women don't get. But we're talking about women here specifically. That's what women don't get. That's what men don't get either, to be honest. God knows you better than anyone. He knows exactly what you need to be loved, to be fulfilled, to have that sense of peace and pride. And he knows better than you. We don't wait on him. Your flesh wants what it wants. And like that brother just said, y'all go after the same type of person. And if that wasn't true, then how is it that Future have like 11, 12 kids? Country Wayne got 10 kids. Country Wayne got 10. How these dudes got all these kids by all these different women if women weren't sleeping with the same type of dude? Not to mention the fact that we killing each other off every day. Men kill each other damn near every day. That's why the reason why women outlive men is because men take on more dangerous jobs that they die from, because men compete with each other way more. We are more violent towards each other than we are women, even though I know y'all like to go with this thing where y'all are vulnerable and we prey on y'all. Men commit violence against men way more. You enjoy the rest of your evening, SM. I appreciate you for hanging out with us. I'm about to get up out of here myself. I just wanted to hopefully something I said here made sense to somebody. We made a we had a record. I wanted to close the Sunday out, the weekend out, with something important. This is a important conversation, and we need to have more of them. And Lord willing, tomorrow I get to do this again. This time I'm gonna have Sydney up. I don't know what we're gonna be rapping about tomorrow, but if y'all in the building, make sure you tap in. If you're not following me, everything is at the bottom, just in case you want to keep up with the page and what we got going on. post updates, open mics, because I'm working on another one for this Friday. Shout out to the comment section. Y'all were lit. Y'all were lit this entire show. Nah, I don't want that one. Which one do I want? I want this one. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I don't do themes. I tried to do that last year and it didn't work out. So I don't even do themes. I just bring people together and we just you already know how we get down, man. You should check out the one we did on Friday. That was pretty dope. Shout out to Sasha, Sydney, Strav, Jacqueline, Nairobi. Yeah. I had a good time. It was absolutely worth it. It was a great way to start the year off, especially January. My last year was horrible. And all you know, all you gotta do is hit me up. Let me know when you're available, and we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Matter of fact, shout out to Blue Couch. He's supposed to be pulling up on Thursday, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But you always welcome up here. Garrett don't know. You've been up here before. You're gonna have to go digging in the chronicles, bro. I actually categorized all of my stuff, so my reaction videos are separate from my podcast videos. But yeah. It's all love. I appreciate you for tapping in, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it has been a minute. It's been a hot minute. I think the last time you were on, I had Kirsten on. And it was real like, yeah, that's yeah. But it is what it is, man. Thank y'all again. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not. I'm on their helmet. I'm on their helmet all year, bro. Lord willing, I'm on everybody's helmet. Nobody is escaping this. Everybody is going to catch a stray, especially if you're putting out false information and you're not really helping people. You're doing some other shit. Nah, I'm not doing that at all. Hold up. Let me see. Let me go ahead, man. I gotta prepare for this week. Y'all be easy, man, and yeah.
Cut it out.
I see y'all on the flip.